At Gulf Coast Weather Solutions, we focus on delivering reliable weather forecasts. Our new app provides reliable weather updates and alerts no matter where you are. With real-time weather alerts and warnings, you can stay informed and prepared wherever you go. Download the Gulf Coast Weather Solutions app today on the App Store and Google Play and stay connected no matter where you are.
Good Thursday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Johnny Lively here to do our Thursday morning show, sponsored by HB Neal Construction. We look over towards radar, sponsored by Do Good Credit Union. There's really nothing going on. We got a couple showers moving into the New Iberia area. This is just a little telltale sign that we're starting to see some moisture coming from the east, slowly moving this general direction later on this afternoon. And we'll talk more about these small rain coverages later on. Again, look there towards eastern Louisiana. You can see some showers slowly making their way on satellite and radar. This eventually will get into southwest Louisiana later this afternoon, getting into southeast Texas into the afternoon and evening time hours. Just 10 to 20% coverage here in southeast Texas, possibly up to 30% coverage over there in southwest Louisiana. But we'll have more on that just a second. Here's the temperatures across the United States, sponsored by Dana Simmons Real Estate Team. Oklahoma City at 63, Nashville at 64, Charlotte at 58. Further south you go into Dallas at 70 degrees, and here locally into southeast Texas and southwest Louisiana, you can see Beaumont is at 69 degrees, Lake Charles at 70, Lafayette at 71. A little bit warmer towards Houston at 75, but the further north that you go, not too bad. Look at Brooklyn at 62, Burkeville at 61, and then down towards the coast is into the mid to upper 70s already this morning. Crystal Beach already at 76 degrees. Here's our construction and outdoor forecast, sponsored by Modern Concrete and Materials. Really, majority of the day does not look too bad at all. Plenty of sunshine. We start seeing some clouds later on this afternoon as that moisture starts coming into our area. This will give us at least 20% coverage for a couple of stray showers later on this afternoon into the evening time hours. But other than that, this is not really that bad of a day. We do have a really big event that's happening here locally in Ford Park, the Outdoor Extravaganza event. If you can, go out and have yourself a good time, meet and greet really good businesses here locally in southeast Texas and even into southwest Louisiana as well too. Here's the upper level flow that we're seeing today, sponsored by Neutron Electrical Services. You can see that we've got some of that flow out of the northwest, a ridge off to our west. This has given us a little bit of a somewhat of a battle of dry air and moisture, but look off to the east, you can see a little bit of troughing going on. This is that moisture and energy that's going to slowly kind of move into our direction. But as we get into early next week, mainly on Sunday and Monday, we're going to see an upper level low that's going to travel towards our general region, giving us, I would say, pretty decent coverage for some showers and thunderstorms as we get into Sunday and Monday. So we'll actually talk here in a second about those rainfall totals, or not rainfall totals, but rainfall coverage come up here in a second. So notice it's a battle of dry air and moisture really today. We start seeing some moisture coming in from the east. Saturday, a little bit drier air, but as we get into Sunday and Monday, there's that upper level low moving in, giving us some pretty decent coverage for some showers and thunderstorms. And this brings us to our rainfall outlook. So 20 to 30% coverage today for southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana. Drops off a little bit on Friday and Saturday as more of the drier air moves back in. But as we get into Sunday and Monday, we jump up to 20 to 40% coverage on Sunday and into Monday. So we start seeing those rain chances definitely start increasing as we get into the end of the weekend into early next week. And notice we start off plenty of sunshine, but here comes the clouds and the potential for some showers, maybe some thunderstorms in southwest Louisiana later on this afternoon. As we get into Friday, mostly cloudy. I would say that we're possibly going to see maybe 10% coverage on Friday, but other than that, not big of an issue. Friday night football looks really well on Friday. We're just seeing the coverage a little bit higher today. Drops down on Friday and not a big concern on Saturday. Here's our overall temperatures that we're going to see across southeast Texas, southwest Louisiana, really mainly into the low 90s. This is thanks to our sponsor, Switch Electric. You can see that down towards the coast will be into the mid to upper 80s. Overnight lows up to the further to the north, I guess we should say, is going to be into the low to mid 60s. Some areas could get into the upper 60s. Along the interstate corridor from Houston to Beaumont will be into the low 70s to upper 60s. Lake Charles at 69, Lafayette at 70 degrees. And down towards the coast, like Galveston, will be at 79. Sabine Pass and High Island will be into the mid to upper 70s. Tropical outlook that we have going on here. Imelda went through Bermuda last night, had hurricane force wind gusts. This is now going to continue moving off to the east, will weaken into a post-tropical system. This is going to continue going out to sea. We wave goodbye to Imelda. There's now two different areas that I guess we will say we're monitoring, but there's not going to be an issue for us either way. The area towards I guess the Bahamas, and we will say this will travel over Florida really as we get into the weekend. This is mainly going to be a low pressure system that's going to travel over Florida, giving them some pretty decent rainfall totals. Florida really does need the rain, but there could be some isolated totals that get up to 5, 6, 7, 8 inches of rain. So there is a possibility for some localized street flooding in that region this weekend, but not going to be a concern here locally at all. Then we have another wave further out. This is actually a system that's going to be rolling off the coast of Africa really in the next 2 to 3 days. Then this will emerge getting into the tropical Atlantic, moving westward. We will watch this down the road, but the upper level flow, this is just not going to be a concern here for southeast Texas or southwest Louisiana. Generally, we see these move into the Caribbean. I don't think conditions are very favorable for this, or just like it has all season long, it somewhat kind of wants to get close to the Bahamas, gets close to the East Coast, then goes out to sea. That's kind of the general pattern that we will see. We will see if it survives this journey. Right now, it's just a 20% chance of development in the next 5 to 7 days, so really no big concern with this. We'll continue to keep watching this, but when it's all said and done, don't see this being an issue at all for southeast Texas or southwest Louisiana. In fact, I think our hurricane season, the door is kind of closing. But we'll continue to keep watching for areas like Florida because actually the month of October, they can have hurricanes still. So far, it's been pretty quiet. Here's our 5 to 7 day forecast for southeast Texas. Limited rain coverage today and tomorrow. Drops down on Saturday, but we start seeing the rain increase as we get into Sunday and Monday. Overall, temperatures are going to be into the low 90s, hugging the upper 80s. As we get into southwest Louisiana, a little bit better rain coverage on today, but especially on Sunday and Monday, you got the 50 to 40% coverage. Biggest thing is because of the cloud and the rain, this should keep the temperatures well into the upper 80s for southwest Louisiana. So that's our Thursday morning show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to download our app. We are so excited for all the support that we've had. We wound up getting into the top 5 at number 5 as the most downloaded weather app across the world in the Google Play and App Store. So we cannot thank y'all enough for the support, and thank y'all so much for downloading the app. We'll have some cool new features coming out on the app in the next couple of months. So thank y'all again. If you haven't yet, please go download it. Don't forget to watch Lucas later on this afternoon and this evening for our next evening update. But other than that, I will see y'all Friday morning. Thanks again.